Yeah, come on, another Cooligans episode.
Vamos, let's do this. Okay, everybody, Micro Machines, let's get really quick into this, all right?
Wow, is that a reference from like 1992, dude?
Do kids still play with Micro Machines? They're probably too...
I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist. They're all choking hazards.
Bro, I have no idea what you're talking
Micro
about.
Machines? Is that... am I dating myself that much?
You know what Hot Wheels are?
Yeah,
They were just
Hot
super
Wheels.
tiny
They
versions.
were tiny. Do you remember Mighty Max?
No.
Polly Pocket?
I don't
My
remember
sister,
any of
my
this.
sister had Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket was the boy version of I'm sorry.
Pig?
No, Mighty Max was the boy version of Polly Pocket.
I don't remember any of this.
Okay, I mean you didn't have a childhood though.
Sorry, just working at a factory since I was 11.
Okay.
You know?
All right, Alexis.
You was just at home watching cartoons,
Alexis-
waiting to work at a GameStop.
Alexis was working before the Industrial Revolution, bro.
I've said this before, but I told someone just stories about like when I turned 12. Like I didn't want anyone at the factory to know it was my birthday because I didn't want to like cause a stir, and then people be like, "How old are you?"
You want the government to step in?
I told, as they should have. I told Robbie Slovik, very funny comic. I'm telling him all these stories, and he's like, "Did you grow up in the Depression?" He's like, Jesus Christ!
Like, damn,
He's like,
bro.
"Yo, you look good for 104."
What were the bread lines
Yeah,
like?
oh, damn, son. Were you relieved when Prohibition ended?
I mean, did they base one of the characters from Boardwalk Empire on you?
Yeah, bro. I'm in the background of the factory, like,
With the middle part in the gelled hair.
Get him, Al.
See,
Yeah. You're going to be the lead, Al Capone, I tell you.
What's good, everyone?
FC Cooligans, buddy.
We usually start the show by referencing, just antiquated toys.
Your uncle's youth, apparently.
But go look it up. I'm sure they sell them on eBay. I would imagine that the Micro
They're
Machines...
choking hazards.
They're choking
These things went
hazards.
away. They were probably made of lead. How old are you, dude?
What do you mean? We still got Stanley Cups, bro. Those are made of lead, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look, I'm not a huge fan of the craze of Stanley Cups, but now it's starting to feel like a coordinated takedown by some other cup company.
Probably Yeti.
Yeti's out here to be...
Yeti's like, we can't have this.
You know what's a really good way to not have that habit? Don't put lead in your cups, bro.
But, how are you going to protect the cup in a car fire, all right?
It was probably the lead.
The lead is probably what did it, okay? I hope there's no lead, and, even though people going crazy for the... Maybe lead is addictive. Maybe this is what...
No.
Getting people crazy?
Just a bunch of women in mob wife attire and Uggs just collapsing from all the lead poisoning.
So a lot to go over this week in the world of footy, but also American football. We gotta the Super Bowl is. We know who's gonna be in the Super Bowl.
So it's Niners versus Chiefs.
It's Niners versus the Swifties, the Kansas City Chiefties, or the Swifts.
It's where's the Raiders now? They're in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Taylor Swift versus Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
He gets San Francisco now. He's from Oakland.
So, but the Super Bowl is in Vegas. So,
Is it?
yes,
Yeah.
it is. Okay, so congrats to all people who care about the National Football League and all that stuff. At least Patrick Mahomes is an investor and co-owner of Sporting Kansas City.
That's
and
right.
His wife is
Kansas City Current.
owner of Kansas City Current. So people very much involved in the proper football world.
That's right.
Okay, so good on.
There's some crossover.
Watching Patrick Mahomes yesterday, I was just a little bit like, we've seen Tom Brady be a successful quarterback, but Mahomes seems like on a different level. I mean, as far as we'll see.
Talent-wise?
Yes, I was watching. I was like, bro, I think this is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
Without a doubt. Brady was good. Like pocket passer, quarterbacky, as they say.
He was a good old school, remember the good old days type of quarterback.
Yeah. But
Mahomes is new, fashionable. Sounds like that dude from Eastbound and Down.
okay, because Patrick Mahomes just looks unstoppable.
He's a very chill guy.
Yeah, dude. So, make a mistake, bro. We're
man.
rooting for Lamar Jackson
Also,
right now.
Brady had a MAGA hat behind him. Remember that?
Oh, that's
Never
right.
forget.
Yeah.
And you lost that fucking beautiful woman to go live in Tampa for one more year. Embarrassing yourself, dog.
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes is up right now, all right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many Super Bowl rings Brady
Although
has.
Tom Brady owns Birmingham City. So there's that crossover there.
Right, and also they fired Wayne Rooney within minutes after.
Well, he dusty, bro.
So anyway, okay.
Man, you hire old Shrek, and he gets you from 5th to 16th.
So that's been the Cooligans NFL update.
All right, everyone, enjoy the Super Bowl.
The Celebratory show. Maybe they'll actually play it on their show or something.
Bro, if you
Couple of gas bags over here just talking about the Super Bowl.
We know about the old hand egg, as they say out in England. So let's start with some of the bigger news in the football world, especially last week. Miguelito, our producer, hit us. What do we got?
Big managers leaving big jobs. Jurgen Klopp, obviously. Announced he was leaving Liverpool at the end of the season on Friday, and the next day Xavi was like, I can do that too, bro. Announced he's leaving Barca at the end of the season. What do you guys make of this? Do you think, is it going to be, obviously a bigger question is what does it mean for the clubs going forward, but what do you make of just their legacies at each club as well?
Let's just talk about how, there's a lot, nobody wants to work anymore.
Yeah,
nowadays, a lot of quitters, okay?
Yeah, but how could you quit for like 6 months? I give you my 6-month notice. I don't really believe you're going to be a good employee until then.
It is 2024. We should be quiet quitting, okay? We are not
just walking away.
No. Quiet quitting
what Rashford did.
Quiet quitting is the phenomenon of essentially still working but not doing your job. Like literally just giving the bare minimum of effort so that you don't get fired, and people just do that for as long a stretch as possible, usually while they're like looking for another job. So why not that? Especially, I'm an Everton fan. Liverpool, I mean, your Klopp could have just phoned it in for a little bit. Just
would have helped you a little bit.
Yeah.
If only 16 other teams could phone it in.
Okay. If Klopp could have just been like, you know what? We don't need 10 extra points. Let's just give it back to...
You know what? I see you down, my G. You don't have to ask. I'm going to hold you down real quick.
I know you too proud to ask, so I'm just going
to... Yo, say less.
Yo, Jurgen Klopp could have been the Cat Williams of, the Premier League.
Yo.
Just kind gestures, not really making a big scene about it.
Let's get Jurgen Klopp on Club Shay Shay.
That's all we need. But no, so this obviously took a lot of people by surprise. A lot of Liverpool fans were very disappointed.
I think fans across the world, Klopp has that thing about him where it seems like everyone likes him.
Well, yeah, there's something to...
Unless you're a fan of Egypt and a fan of Senegal. Other than that.
Yeah, the AFCON folks have a different take. But there is something to... it's a good sort of PR move to announce that you're leaving, because then you get the... You get the flowers.
Yeah.
At every
6 months.
6 months.
Goodbye.
Everybody going, because it was a little bit of I never disliked Klopp, but there's no any managers that I truly sort of dislike. But there's, as far as the Pep Guardiola had those comments about now I'm gonna be able to sleep better at night before Liverpool games because this man used to stress me.
Even when he's being nice, it sounds disrespectful.
Right.
I love Pep.
But there's a little bit of after he announced that he was leaving, I had to even think damn, bro, do I like Klopp a little bit? He did bring something to the game that I did appreciate.
He's also an honest guy, wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's doing anything for the media's sake.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he's just talking.
But yeah, it definitely brings into focus of you don't know what you got until it's gone. But as soon as he announced that he was leaving, everybody starts thinking about what is the Premier League gonna be like without Jurgen Klopp there.
Yeah.
And as far as competitiveness, Liverpool in the last 7 years were really the only club to give Manchester City a consistently difficult time in winning titles every damn year.
Yeah, they took one away from him.
Right. So it feels like that, they stole one away. And even though there's a little bit of this year's gonna be different because I think that this latter half of the season, the players are obviously gonna play for Klopp in a resounding way. You got to expect it.
I mean, they were playing for him before. Not to say there's not going to be an added bonus of energy.
They want to end this year, especially the Premier League season, with a title. And
think about this: his last game as manager of Liverpool could possibly be a Europa League final.
Sure.
In Dublin.
Okay.
Huge. Remember, Scouse is kind of Irish.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of crossover there.
Right, but there's a I mean, look, a Europa League title to end the year would be great for Liverpool, but I honestly think the Premier League title is, I would say, more significant, in my opinion, as far as what the players are really going to fight for, right?
But that'll be his last match if he gets to the final.
It's just all I'm saying, I fear for Arsenal fans who think that we might be able to come back. We might be able to do it. And then I also fear for any City fans that think, like, you know, we should probably win another title.
Well, then I have an idea. Yo, Mikel, say you're leaving. Okay,
okay, we know.
Now, look, you don't actually have to leave. But just say you're leaving. That way we got the same juju. You feel
right.
me?
Yeah, you can do create like a tragic sob story. Like all of a sudden, I mean, you would never wish this on anybody.
No,
but you know, I came down.
You know what you do? You put a gun to win the dog's head. You say, if we don't win the league.
See, this is, you know, it always comes up on Morning Footy about you and pets and dogs.
Hey, that's a good point. Don't give any more juice. Don't give him any more juice. You know what I mean?
There's, you know, you would never wish this on anybody. But if Mikel Arteta just said, like, oh, I came down with a cancer that could only be cured with a Premier League title. I'm just saying.
But redact this whole part.
Yeah, we're taking that.
It can only be, and then he's fine. Then he's fine at the end of the year, and it's like
horrific. You don't play with people's emotions ever. How did I put a gun to a dog's head in this? And I'm
Chris
better.
was just like, I can one up.
Okay, all right. So cancer is worse than
Yes.
a gun to a dog's head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I just think Mikel Arteta needs to come out and say, "Hey, I'm also leaving."
Right.
So don't just be mad. Don't be sad that Jurgen's leaving. Me too.
Yes.
And then Pep will come out and say he's leaving.
The Premier League just doesn't happen next year.
Yeah. There's no Premier League next year.
We can.
All you have to do is muddy the waters. It's like politics. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's their message? We'll just steal a little bit of the sauce from that message.
Okay, man. It sounds like a Republican primary.
I was gonna say, bro, this got off to a crazy start this episode.
What's my name? Ramaswamy. He comes out. He says he's leaving. They're like, dude, you
now
never
we're not gonna be able to monetize this episode on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Never say that name again.
But Arteta, and we'll talk about Xavi in a second. But Arteta did. There was a report that Arteta told his camp that he was leaving at the end of the season.
Yes, but he came out and said that's cap.
That's
all he said.
He said,
like, take off, he just went cap.
My man said, that's cap.
That's crazy, bro. Y'all believe that?
It's like, nah, fam. Who told you that?
Bro, I got a bridge to sell you, bro.
He's like, it was my ops that said that.
Yo,
okay?
That's AI, bro.
Okay? Whoever said that just took a massive L.
What,
bro.
the same dude who made the Taylor Swift images? That's probably who said it, dog.
Okay? It was a deep fake.
And word is the government wants to talk to you. You feel me?
Okay. Whoever said that is committing revenge porn.
Yeah, dog.
Damn, Arteta.
Y'all just want to see me fail. He's like, let me guess who said that. A Tottenham fan.
But he did. He was asked about this. These were his comments when they asked him about leaving Arsenal.
I know there's only a few days left in the transfer window, and it all seems pretty quiet. So I'm not going to ask about any ins, but on outs, are you leaving the club in the summer?
Who, me? No, that's totally fake news. Why you?
Also, the who me? Like, bro, we know who you're looking dead in the dude's eyes.
Right. Who? I mean, is the question to me? Am I the only one up here on the dais?
What a coy, even the who
Doesn't
me.
it make it sound worse when you say it's totally fake news and who me? I mean,
yeah,
those
the
two
who
things are
me
like,
and the fake news, which is
I've never seen that dude in my life. Is what he sounds like.
Like, you could have been a little bit more confident. You could have confidently said no.
Yeah.
Then use the fake news. The fake news always feel like, man, is that real accurate news? When somebody says fake news. But I can't even fathom any scenario where Arteta would leave or even want to leave. I mean,
it makes no sense.
The rumor is because of Xavi announcing that he is leaving Barcelona,
and obviously he was at La Masia.
Yeah.
He's a youth over at Barcelona, so there's a lot of reasons why maybe
the connections, but why leave Arsenal and go to Barcelona? It's not a better situation.
Also, I mean, they got no money, bro. They dusty.
They got no money. They're not done with their stadium, right? With Camp Nou, they're still
even if they do, it's not going to save them from the financial hell they're in. They can't register players. They can't do nothing.
It is a
bro.
nightmare.
Why would you go there?
So even the idea of like his camp is saying that he's gonna leave. Like, what? Who the hell? You keep your circle close. You know what I mean? You gotta. Somebody's in there that shouldn't be there.
This is like trying to get back with your ex, but your ex got a mystery itch. And you're like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're in the best condition.
I appreciate you disclosing it, but you should probably sort that out before you get back on Tinder.
I don't think I want to get back involved with you, yo.
Okay.
I got a pretty good situation here.
You're posting some wild stuff. You're looking like Nicki Minaj on the internet right now, bro.
That's us.
Okay.
I'm living a good life. I got this dog here that definitely doesn't have a gun pointed to his head.
Okay. Nobody asked questions.
Everything's perfectly fine over here.
Who told you the dog has a gun pointed at his head?
That's also totally fake news. Who, me?
You gotta stop that. Revenge porn should be illegal.
Yeah.
They gotta stop with
He was
stuff.
one step away from the Chappelle, GIF from the Chappelle show, dropping the water and running off the table.
So Xavi announcing that he's leaving, which shocked me a little bit.
Was not met with the same fanfare of Klopp.
Because it was a little bit like coincidence.
They're like, can it be tomorrow?
Yeah,
You have to stay the rest of the
Klopp's
season.
was like, why now? His was like, why now? Why not now? Why not right now? The exit. Show us.
So Xavi, look, Barcelona have not been great. It hasn't been a debacle, but for maybe I tried to think
He
of
won
it.
the league last year.
I don't know, like just a very short-term memory. For the people,
I mean, that is
for
the
the
standard.
Catalan folk. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a.
You know what they call their fans?
What do they call them?
Goulers.
Coolers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they not. I mean, I'm sure as Spanish speakers, we're
Yeah.
probably like a little confused, but I'm sure in Catalan it's just a fun little word.
Yeah, got nothing to do with nothing. Just when I hear it, he's like, I'm a Goulet. I'm like, hey, watch your Spanish.
Okay.
I'm like, bro, they're going to bleep you. Oh, okay.
Isn't that it's Pitbull's favorite champ, you know?
He's a big Barca fan.
So the
But do you think the reason though that it was met with such different, like, I just feel like the expectations at Barcelona are so much higher. You know what I mean? And that's why everyone's like, okay, even though we won the league last year, even though, we're not doing horrible in league standings this year, this is not what Barcelona is supposed to be.
Yeah, but I mean, it's let's be for real. Look who is in first place in La Liga.
For right now, because everyone else has a game in hand.
Right. But Girona is in first. They're 1 point above.
It's actually Girona. Because they're
Girona.
Catalan as well.
That's right. Okay. I mean, whatever. What are you gonna do? Go after me, Twitter mob.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
cancel me.
All the coolers are coming after you.
Me too. No.
Send those Kool-Aiders to my DMs. All right. Feel free. Okay.
We're gonna keep that in the hidden folder.
Chastise me if you must.
With all that Kool-Aid, bro.
Okay. So that Kool-Aid, you can see it from the front.
Damn. Yo, I want to see those Kool-Aids clapping. If you really are about this life. If you really wanted to pronounce this correctly.
You got to do it. But this is a thing with. I would say for Barcelona, the standard is quite high, but it's really, this feels like more financial issues. Barcelona getting knocked
Xavi's
out.
the fall guy for Joan Laporta not being able to buy sticks of gum for the team.
and it's because they got knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League.
Of course.
The amount of money that you make just for qualifying,
They needed that money.
They needed that, but they operate with like like a I don't know, like a gambler that's like, I just need one. I'm gonna get that big hit.
Yeah.
And, don't worry, I'm good for it.
If the Niners beat the Chiefs by 75 points, I'm back up. Rent's getting paid.
So you tell the bank, like, the loan's good. I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay it back.
If I were you, I would even consider this a high-risk loan.
Why are you trying to tell me the Niners are not going to beat the Chiefs by 75? That's ridiculous.
I've given you the out, okay? I've told you how the plan comes to fruition.
And that's the thing. They operated, all the signings and everything with like, but we're good for them. We're going to get them. And I'm sure Xavi in the preseason meetings is like, I got you.
This is like every one of those movies that start with like, we need to save the school. Well, if we win this dance competition, right? Like anyone else would be like, y'all not winning the dance competition, man. Get that flyer out of my face.
You
dog.
have literally no black kids in the school. You're not winning the dance competition.
You ain't winning it.
Okay.
No, York United gonna come through heavy. You ain't winning.
You're being delusional.
Yeah, Bronx Catholic is gonna destroy you. Dog.
I don't care how many TikToks you've watched. You're not gonna do it.
Lewandowski's just
one of y'all
is like, no, man.
Now one of y'all doing it.
So,
but that's like the same thing. It's like their whole system is built on. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Bro. We win Champions League.
Don't worry
about
it.
this.
FC.
Yeah,
bro.
I just need some more time.
And and Xavi is basically in the middle of just a front office sort of debacle and financial debacle, and all these people not really managing.
This is how much of a
well.
culé he is that he loves his team. He's taking it on the chin. He's like, I'm out. I'm done.
But you gotta feel bad.
Yeah, what a terrible time.
Yeah, man.
But him leaving is also not going to fix it because, like you're saying, he's not the real problem.
Exactly. Maybe it's a little bit of.
But didn't he say he would give back his his income this year?
He said that?
Yeah.
Calling cap. Mikel Arteta. Where are you?
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
I mean, why?
Mikel's like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to work. You're not even getting paid, though.
Yeah, it's such a. I feel bad for him because when he was Al-Sadd, is that what?
Al-Sadd, yeah.
When he was there and playing this beautiful football and bringing the.
We're all saying that off one clip, though. But they were balling in that
I've
clip,
seen like maybe 3, so I've done the research. Okay? So if you think I don't commit to my job and care about my work,
3 TikToks.
But that's the reality of the game nowadays, where it's you could see a highlight of a coach's playing style of a 16, 17-year-old kid that has like a great highlight
Chelsea's
package.
like, we'll buy him.
Yeah. 80 million, we want it.
We don't care if he's putting out Instagram stories saying how much he loves Arsenal. We'll buy him.
Okay.
I'll donate to your war, bro. I don't care, dog. I'll buy him.
This highlight has 12,000 views. Of course we're going to spend 102 million on him.
Yo, we going viral. Bow.
So that's the nature of, like the transfer market, of raising your stock nowadays. So Xavi did that.
You got to have the views. You got to have content.
And it's not necessarily easy to do, right? Because people think like, yo, if he could take, respectfully, nobodies in a Saudi league and make them look like
Qatari league.
Okay. And make them look like...
I didn't correct you for nobody.
No.
I just corrected.
I said respectfully.
Yeah. Go for him, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But people see the highlights. They don't know who they're watching. They just see that like this random midfielder's playing like Xavi, Iniesta, and Johan Cruyff, and they look amazing. And so if he could implement that style with players that are not familiar with it and didn't grow up with it, it's like, why could he do at Barcelona? And we realize he can't do it. He can't do it because it requires a little bit more than simply the playing style. It requires the investment in defenders, in certain players that are not.
The back line dusty.
A lot of the complaints from Barcelona fans are like, we haven't found anybody to replace Busquets, and we can't find.
How do you replace him? You went and got Gundogan, man. Gundogan is an incredible player. He's not gonna he won't replace.
Yeah, but I mean, Busquets wasn't even necessarily a unbelievable defender, but he just one of those guys.
One of the smartest.
He was just one of the smartest. He knew where to be. He knew exactly when to tackle, when to slide. But he wasn't running. He wasn't a box-to-box guy.
No.
He just so they haven't found a true replacement for him, and that's what I've seen a lot of people complain about. But they're giving up goals like crazy. To give up 5 against Villarreal is ridiculous. That's it. They have too many stretches of embarrassing results and bad losses, and it's a shame, because some of these players, look at João Felix, who took $32 to play this season. And he's like, yo, I love this club. I'm gonna take a pay cut. And it's like, bro, this can't be it. It shouldn't
keep leaning on people being like, I'll do whatever it takes to help this team win. That's not how it works.
No, they do that.
You ain't gonna win with volunteers.
The corporate speak of like, we're all a family. It's like, okay, we'll fire you on your birthday.
Yeah. For now, we're a family, but when we don't need you, you're done.
So moving over to England now, the FA Cup was over the weekend. Some crazy scenes in the fans. Obviously, the games were good. Some crazy scenes with the fans, though, that we're going to focus on. Maidstone United upset Ipswich Town. What do you guys think of this? And number one, did you see the video of the guy falling off the roof? That was incredible.
Yeah,
that's what we got to talk about.
We hope he's okay.
We have to.
He did look like a Hollywood scene, though, because he just kept rolling and rolling. I thought it was just the players on the pitch. I was like, is that Neymar? Why is he rolling?
Yeah, we just
but
get
I felt bad for dude.
Maidstone United. It's Maidstone United, right?
Yes.
Apologies if I, with all due respect.
I think everyone just calls them Maidstone.
Maidstone. So up the Maids.
Pretty sure they're going with Stones.
But a fan fell off the second tier, which is ridiculous. But let's just watch it. It's very quick.
It looks almost fake.
I mean, it looked like somebody tossed like a crash dummy off of the. I mean, he's rolling. You would assume he's a little bit drunk, but he falls off the second tier into the bottom tier. He fell on top of a bunch of people.
Yeah, he crashed down pretty hard.
So
imagine you're at a game and a human hits you from above.
Like that, man.
It's a rough day.
Is it raining people?
Yeah. Something's wrong with the stand up there.
So I think he's okay.
I hope so.
I've heard. I mean, he
did get injured.
There were a couple people. There were human beings that braced his fall. But look, Maidstone plays in I believe the 6th tier.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're semi-pro. They might. Some of the players might be semi-pro, but they're out of the football league. So this is something that could only happen in the FA Cup. This wouldn't be able to take place. So they
played against Ipswich Town, which is in the championship.
And on their way to the Premier League, by the way. They're like really good.
Yeah. Second or third.
So Maidstone. I don't know too much about Maidstone, but this is obviously insane. We all saw. We all get excited and happy about Wrexham, and when Wrexham qualified for the Football League. But for a club sort of this deep in the trenches of English football to beat a championship side is literally one of the greatest victories they'll have in the club's history. They're currently in 4th. They're national. North in the National League South, and they're in 4th place. They're in position for a playoff to possibly make it into the next non-league level. I don't know where they are on the table exactly.
I think then they go to the National League.
Okay.
And then after that, they would go to League 2.
Or League 2, League 2.
So, they beat Ipswich Town 2-1. They got their draw for their next one, which is against
I think
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Which was just in for Duncan Maguire. They had their bid turned down.
Yeah, and Orlando City was just like, bro, you serious with this kind of offer?
Bro, don't wake me up. I don't wake up for. I had 2 more zeros, then we'll talk.
My phone isn't even vibrating for an offer like that.
Damn.
It's actually the winner of Sheffield Wednesday versus Coventry City, so we'll see who wins that match.
Oh, it could be Coventry City as well, which is balling, also in the championship.
Yeah. So the
Haji Wright plays for Coventry.
Okay.
Yeah, remember him?
Yeah. He was. I thought he was still at he was at a Turkish club.
It was like at Alzenspor or something like that.
Yeah. But
completely could have made that up.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
I don't know where
was it Trabzonspor?
Yeah, I think it was Trabzonspor.
No, don't they have the Eliaspor? I believe there's another one.
No, I gotta look up Haji.
Couple of spores.
They got a lot of spores out there. Antalyaspor.
Antalyaspor. Come on, I was pretty close.
You're right, closer than me. Come on.
So a huge win for Maidstone. I mean, it's a shame because I think we spend a lot. I think a lot of people spend a lot more time talking about the dude falling off the stands.
They're like, we just beat a championship team. You want to hear something crazier? The guy just busts his ass over there.
Let me tell you the real story.
Damn. Here's what we're gonna lead with.
But good on them. There were a couple other notable results.
Luton Town winning their 4th away match in in a row, or not losing their fourth away match in a row.
Defeating
Everton.
2-1 at Goodison Park. And, bro, this was Jack Harrison scored. Always nice to see.
Okay, silver linings. That's what we're going to start with.
Nice goal, but this was a game where Everton, looked as poor as they ever have this season. Just bad touches, bad passes, no just no chemistry that they've built throughout the season.
No swag, no money.
Just one of these games where just it looked like the front office people that handled the profit and losses for the team.
Yeah,
they just really
played like they just found out about the points deduction, like before they hadn't heard.
Yeah, it just so poor. And Lewin wasn't spectacular, but Everton gave up 2 goals on set pieces, and
they got it done.
And they played with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Beto up front. So with 2 up top, a nice 4-4-2. Old
Brexit
school,
ball,
Brexit
dude.
ball, and
Sean Dyche with the laryngitis.
and they were Brexited out of the FA Cup.
Yeah,
Okay.
They voted to leave, dog.
They gave up a goal in the 94th, 95th minute. It could have gone to a replay if they just would have held on. But they played with 2 strikers up front, and Beto had I think he might have gotten an assist or a key pass that led to the goal. But outside of that, there was a lot. Beto, I think is
They gave Beto the assist on it.
Okay. He's a good player, and definitely
this was your big signing.
It was a big signing, but then he sort of plays, and this is what he reminds me of. He reminds me of Divock Origi. Big lad.
Yeah.
Right? Hold up play. But the issue there is that's where he if you watch him play, watch any game he plays, he's almost remarkable. He's like
he runs like a Great Dane.
He does. He sets.
It's like high knees.
He's like a dude setting a pick, like not even setting a pick, but like calling for ISO in basketball. Like he's such a big dude compared to a lot of defenders.
Backing down the defender.
And then when the ball comes to him, he'll be. I swear he'll be like 2-3 feet away from the ball. But to keep you away from it. You know what I mean? So the ball will be way over there, but he'll be like, nah, we're both not getting it.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you get it, so that means I can't go get it.
So he does that a lot, and then that ends up leading to errant passes or bad touches or just like not really, you can tell the midfielders and even Dominic Calvert-Lewin don't know what he's going to do. So they know he's going to hold the ball, but they don't know where he's going to go next. He's always kind of like, he shields the defender and is like looking around to be like, all right, I don't know where to go.
And you're hoping just to get in his eye.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because you watch some especially midfielders, especially in Spain. You watch them and you're like, yo, this dude got eyes on the back of his head. He just knows where everybody.
It's like video game. He sees the whole pitch.
Beto, no eyes behind.
No. We're not sure he has him on the front.
He does not know where to kind of send the ball, and that's
very erratic.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of saw in this game. So unfortunate. Everton, I think, needed any positivity that they could. Just like Barcelona they need to stay in Champions League for any dime that they can bring into the club. Everton needed a good FA Cup run, and this was relatively okay, but it would have been, I think they could have beaten Luton Town, especially the team. They're right beneath them in relegation. Everton is up maybe one or 2 points.
It's only 1 point, and Luton has a game in hand on Everton.
So it would have been a statement, at least a win, or
the
even if
silver
they
lining
drew.
here is that at least you don't have to worry about this kind. Not that wouldn't have happened next round. You don't have to worry about this competition.
Bro,
you can just focus on surviving.
I need these boys to get as many games as possible. All right, just so they know how to play together.
If you would have won the FA Cup and got relegated, would you have considered this a successful season?
I don't even. It's such a complicated question. We got deducted 10 points. We win a trophy. We're in the championship. I have so many conflicted feelings. I'm just like,
yeah, but what?
Okay, I don't know. I gotta ask my therapist before I answer that question.
The only way I can answer is laying down, bro.
Okay, I need a comfy ass chair.
So we're staying in England for this next topic. Kind of going off the pitch again. Marcus Rashford was spotted in the club with some pictures with some women. Not that that's really a problem, but I think everyone's clowning Marcus Rashford. Number one, because he called out of training sick the next day. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, that's why Ten Hag is clowning him. Why is the internet clowning him?
He ain't mad because he got hosed.
Yeah. Ten Hag's like, I didn't get no invite. But you think I'm going to go to Belfast right now?
But apart from that, he's doing his goal celebration in the picture of himself with the women. What are you doing, bro? You're just like a clown out here.
This is what you do in a photo when a child who's a Manchester United fan asks you to take a picture.
Right. You do the, like WWE wrestlers, you do the thing, do the celebration.
Right.
Like, people ask Stone Cold to like crack a beer and do some like crazy thing in
I'm
a photo.
little worried that this isn't a photo from the night out in Belfast because the woman has 2024 sunglasses on her head.
Okay, maybe.
That.
Oh, maybe it's an old photo.
This might be an old photo.
Okay. So,
or it just happens to be New Year in Belfast.
okay, I don't know the time zone they're in, but
Shorty's like, yo, I got these thrifted. They're like from 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I don't know what those are, but regardless,
you see it? The 20.
Yeah, this was the photo I saw being circulated. So we're looking at.
By the way, it doesn't matter what year it is. Doesn't matter where. It's corny to do your goal celly at the club.
Yeah, he is saying. Okay, the tweet we're looking at from Sport Bible just says that Marcus Rashford was spotted clubbing in Belfast on Thursday night before calling in sick to training on Friday morning. So we've all been there, right?
We've all been there.
We've all, you have a wild night and you're like, oh, boss, I can't. You know what I mean? You do the whole thing.
Something must be going around, like that bottle. I mean,
okay. All right. There's that Cavassier 19 going
Oh,
around.
Jesus. Oh,
You hate it.
damn, yo, you already got the cognac virus?
Because
Damn.
I wouldn't want to give it to my fellow lads.
It's bad. It's VSOP, dude. It's real bad.
Colney? What's the training ground
No,
called?
London Colney is Arsenal.
Oh, London Colney is
What's
Arsenal.
theirs? I forgot the
I don't know.
Manchester
I
United
I forgot.
one.
Anyway, it would have been great for the joke if I knew what I was talking about.
Would have helped. But yeah, this is two things that are embarrassing. One, you get caught going out clubbing.
Carrington. All right.
Get caught clubbing and you can't go to work the next day when your team is losing. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
It's a bad season for Marcus Rashford altogether. This doesn't help.
I mean, it's a bad season for all of Manchester United, but it's a thing where everybody got to get on board.
Yeah.
Nobody,
all hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Nobody can be out in some wild
Asking the
IG
janitor,
stories.
how many goals have you scored? Huh? We need all hands on deck, janitor.
The Sancho issues with Ten Hag, Anthony, and the domestic violence.
Did
stuff.
you hear Did you see the clip of the game?
Oh my God,
Where the
so
announcer's
funny.
like, "Do you hear this? The away fans are chanting Anthony is the greatest," and they weren't.
Oh, what?
They were chanting
Oh, yeah.
Anthony. And he caught himself, and so he stopped, and he goes, "Oh, so sorry."
Apologies.
Apologies. That's
That
not what
sound
they're
was
saying.
incredible.
What a perfect.
It rhymes with something that's not greatest.
Anthony is a therapist.
Okay.
You make of that with what you will.
So it is it's a thing where, look, Marcus Rashford is one of the obviously better players at the club, one of the leaders of the club, and really a veteran.
No, he should be. But I feel like this season has been trying on that. Because, look, you and I are both very vocal that we love how much we love Marcus Rashford as a human being. The things he does, the feeding the children, the trees, the all the goodwill that he's put out in the world. If you want to talk about him just as a footballer, though, there are some questions. Previously, I think it was either last season or the season before, he overslept and he missed the training. He got benched for that. Mm-hmm. There's been some things that have called his dedication or his character into question.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would hold it against him at that level.
Yeah, it's a little harsh, I would say.
It is. But from every player you've ever met, we've met retired players that would take a game of backgammon like it's the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Just how wildly competitive, how they would never make any mistakes. They would just, no matter what you did, even Maradona would show up and still go to training from the club. He'd probably go to the bathroom and have, a talcum powder meal, if you will.
I think it might have been CBS or Italian football TV that was talking about Ronaldinho and when he was at Milan.
Yeah.
And there was, I forgot who were the people involved, but it was the coach and
they wanted to bench him because he kept showing up late.
Yeah, one Benjamin coming late, and then he
showed up on time.
Then he showed up on time, and he still wanted to sell him. The current who was Allegri. It was the coach
at Milan. This
It's
is
in
in
Milan.
Milan, yeah.
So, but Allegri was the manager at the time,
Yeah.
and so when Ronaldinho arrived on time once, and he told the
still wants
higher
to
up,
sell him.
he's like, sell him, and then he's like, why? But he's on time. He's like, he came directly from the club.
He stinks
That's
of
why.
booze.
That's
Yeah.
why he's on time. So look, that's the thing. With English media, with even Marcus Rashford, who is heavily scrutinized and most likely just because he's a young black player who occasionally enjoys his life. But
I will say though, if you're caught going out clubbing and then you call out sick,
yeah,
it's a cup
dude.
match. I mean,
And
it's just
in that
not a good
scenario,
look.
bro, get everybody sick, bro. Going to work,
Yeah.
that's it. Just
Yeah.
cough at all the free kick, or keep a distance, or
Or you can't go to a place that has no cameras.
No, there has to be
can't-
a little bit more discretion.
Bro, you can't throw a party at your crib. You can't go to a friend. You can't
Well, I
sneak
think
into a
that's the
friend's
thing.
house.
Everyone's like, the dude is literally doing his goal celebration in the picture.
Right.
I just think he's living a Belfast life. You know what I'm saying? I think
Damn.
just needs to Bell slow down. That's all.
I had to do something. He needs to bell slow down.
Look, okay, this is not a scripted program, all right?
Can you
It's
tell?
not. It's not easy to do this.
No.
Okay, we're winging it sometimes, but
You just gotta use your mind.
we're just trying to have a good time.
But we have that sound of Ferdinand too. I don't know if you want to play that for the
Oh
people.
yeah. This was real Ferdinand reacting to kind of the criticism that this is the five. What's this podcast called? I forgot.
This is the one that flexes on a lot.
Yeah. And this is
Culture Cam's also on.
real Ferdinand, obviously Manchester United legend, commenting on Marcus Rashford.
Right now, Marcus should be the guy that's just leading that team. There's a lot of noise around the club. You're one of the experienced players now. Keep that noise down. That's your duty. You're one of the leaders now. Like it or not, your age, the time you've been there, you're one of the leaders. And again, I think you've got to be aware enough that when you're not doing well as a club, as a team, and you're not hitting the standards that we know you're about personally, you've got to be aware, man.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like Manchester United apologist. I think that some people
he's
might.
kind of dancing around it. He's like, "Oh, when you're good, you got to be aware." Oh, what a take. Real.
He's sort of, I agree to some degree.
He's saying something without really saying.
Yeah,
it.
it's like when the team is bad, you can't be caught out here doing whatever.
And the funny thing is, how many players in his locker room
Exactly,
were?
but it's just like, but the era that he played in was just way
No
less
social media.
No, they had or less social media at the time. I forgot when he retired, but it's a thing where
We weren't putting pictures of you up on MySpace.
Yo.
But 6 weeks later, they found out you were at the club. Sorry, you wasn't in my top 8. I didn't see it.
So it's a Look, I think it's fairly obvious. I don't know. I don't know what the like. Look, he's allowed to enjoy his life a little bit. It's just like it gets a little bit silly.
That's not the point, though.
Yeah.
You can't go out so hard, respectfully. You can't go out so hard that you're sick the next day, quote unquote.
My main thing is the vitriol towards Marcus Rashford is
not equivalent.
It's not equivalent. It's just like, bro, there's people that do absolutely disgusting things, and people like gloss over it.
Right.
But he goes out and calls in sick or whatever, and then it's somehow the equivalent of like, well, the team is not doing well. You can't be doing, It's like I would appreciate if Ferdinand was as loud about the disgusting things,
Right.
than he is, and not to say that he's being loud at all.
Yeah, he
in
has
general.
been pretty vocal anti-racist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just in general, that is the. I think it's just Rashford tends to be an easy target because helps poor kids and criticizes government and
people
all
already
that
don't
stuff.
like him for the wrong reason. So anytime
yeah.
he makes an even small mistake. But I mean, if you're Eric Ten Hag, this has got to be a
I was
rough
gonna
situation.
say, it just feels like every week there's like just something new at Manchester United. Like that just
Ten Hag is like, can we send him to Dortmund as well, man? I mean, why are we doing this?
Yeah, look, the signing or the hiring of Omar, what's his name? I forgot his last name. Barrera. Who came over from Manchester City, and I think he did an interview. I saw a couple quotes, but he just sort of is bringing a dose of like reality, I think, to Manchester
Oh, the one
United.
if you're not performing for 6 months, you can't still be here.
Right. Yeah, and even just like, that is he's not going to fix things overnight. But I think there's so many issues with either just people at the club that have been there either too long, or just front office issues, or
The
maybe
standards
even
have gone to shit.
yeah,
is what
and
you're
even
saying, yeah.
there's probably a lot of disagreement with like how the club should be run, and I know they've had Ratcliffe and all this other stuff. So it just seems like a club that's in a lot of disarray, and maybe this hiring will sort of help like right the ship, because it's just. I understand, even in the era of like of Fergie and Beckham and all the craziness, they were still winning. They were still playing really, really well. So that's like, it can be done. You can have the media circus and still have a good Manchester United.
Honestly, you have to find a way to win with the media circus, because you kind of want to be especially in a place like England, where being at the top of those tabloids only works as a benefit to you marketing-wise.
The media circus ain't going anywhere.
No,
they got to
that's
find
true.
somebody that can...
They're still chasing Beckham around because 55.
All right, back home. We're over here talking about video games now. EAFC had a little bit of a gaffe over the weekend when they accidentally leaked all the new MLS kits before they were released by the clubs properly.
Yes.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here is the question.
Allegedly. Like, we don't know if this is real or not. I think Miami announced theirs officially.
No. I mean,
No, allegedly, no one has confirmed that these are the real kits.
Yes, well, I mean, they're in FIFA Ultimate Team.
Allegedly.
They're in EAFC Ultimate Team. They're there. I mean, it would be weird if
they just made up fake kits for the team.
EA to put a bunch of it. It's disappointing, because we know, especially
What if this was on purpose?
So that's been a conspiracy theory that some people have
Like how
suggested.
Alexis just jumps right to the conspiracy theory.
This is a genius way to market your new kits.
Look, maybe, but we do know that clubs take a lot of pride in not only the work of creating the kits, but also in handling the marketing campaigns and revealing the kit before allow them to surprise people. So I understand. We usually get like
a lot of effort goes into making the kits, designing them. So yes, you want that moment to be yours.
We usually get 4 or 5 kits leaked every season, which is I mean, some rogue employee at a Modell's is like, hey, oh, look, they're in the back room. Let me put them out.
There's a couple boxes that says not until whatever date. Yeah, I'm going to put this out now.
Modell's? I haven't thought about Modell's in like 5 years.
I honestly pause and think, is there still Modell's?
I don't even know Modell's still around.
Definitely not.
Okay, so some rogue employee at a Radio Shack decided.
And nobody beats the Wiz.
Okay. Okay, and Crazy Eddie decided.
These new kits are insane.
Decided to
Do you guys know who Crazy Eddie is?
They don't know who Crazy Eddie is.
He's a guy who used to have TV commercials telling you how crazy his deals were, and turns out it was like a big scam.
Yeah, this was in had to be like the early '90s or something.
Yeah. It was like a legend, Crazy Eddie. It was like a reference on every show.
So but for them to, so you understand, a couple kits will get leaked. Every single one in one fell swoop to get leaked at the same time is so heartbreaking for these clubs.
It's got to be
tough. so you hate to see that, but
especially some of them have like really throwback features to them, and
Dude,
like, what a big opportunity to surprise your fans. And now that's taken away from you.
100%. And then, but not only did they leak the MLS kits, they also leaked the NWSL kits as well.
Oh my God, did they?
Yes. Also, all the kits for the NWSL teams in 2024 were also leaked as well. So it sucks. I mean, why is America got to get EA? I mean, I don't. So look, you try to figure out who's responsible. Is it on MLS to tell EA like this is when it should be released? Does EA decide like, all right, send us the designs and we'll get them in on a certain time, and maybe there was miscommunication of when they would be released? A lot of people play Ultimate Team. As soon as they put them in the packs, people are going to start unpacking them and start seeing them. So I don't understand where the miscommunication was. It has to be a simple, like, wait until the MLS season starts, or 2 weeks before the MLS season starts.
There should be an embargo date. We get this information on Morning Footy all the time. They're like, hey, this player is moved. We're not allowed to say anything until noon on Thursday.
Right.
And no one's like, yo, EA. Move this player to this team.
Yeah, literally the most
Don't worry about
popular soccer video game maker in the world.
The thing more people pay attention to than all the clubs put together. Please.
So and look, somebody dropped the ball somewhere. I mean, we're making fun
But
of
how could
EA.
this be good for MLS? How could this be good for NWSL? It's added interest. If the club puts it out themselves, it's only their fans who see it.
True.
If everyone is talking about a leak, oh my God, a leak,
The negative,
this is a
the
positive.
negative is that we see the kit in a, like a whatever 500 pixel little EA card.
But now your video is going to hit even harder because it's like, look, now you get to see what it really looks like.
Maybe. I mean, it's always disappointing. I know, nobody wants everybody wants the opportunity to
It's
surprise.
stealing the thunder.
You're stealing the thunder a little bit, and in not the best way possible, right? Because it's obviously not a high quality image, and you're not seeing like the Inter Miami kits were just released today. Obviously, Inter Miami's playing a global. This global preseason tournament, they're not really playing well. They drew to El Salvador. They lost to FC Dallas. They're losing at the moment right now to Al Hilal. So I mean, Tata Martino got to figure something out because you can't be looking bad in preseason with Messi, Suarez, Alba, and Busquets.
Hey,
it's
Xavi.
3-3 right now.
Whoa!
Yo, they came back.
Okay, a little bit of a comeback. But by the time you're listening to this, you'll know the final results if you really
Suarez
care.
and Messi both scored.
Look at that. Okay.
Yo, Xavi Hernandez to Inter Miami.
That would also be cool.
Tata Martino gets sacked before the beginning of the season. Xavi?
Dude, that'd be quite shocking. No, I don't think. Look, Tata Martino's not losing his job.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
dude.
but I'm just saying, it's just so Inter Miami's kits did come out, and those when you see the high quality images, those look pretty good.
Yeah, I think they look great. I know people have mixed reviews. Seems like some of the people on the internet don't like it. I happen to love them.
As it's a center.
I'm a big center patch guy.
Let's. We can put it up on
Center
screen.
badge.
They have the center badge and the Adidas logo is also in the center.
Are they playing in the new ones today?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, very nice.
Where's we have Jordi Alba. Yeah, I mean we're looking at it right here.
Look at this.
Okay, I mean, and when you look at when you're not seeing it in Ultimate Team, you're like, all right, this is like kind of crispy, and I love the detail to the
texture
of the shirt. Like it does add a lot to it. So, but the Royal Caribbean sponsor.
Yeah, didn't they have like a crypto thing?
And a crypto one before, but this one, I mean, this doesn't look like the Autobots logo to you?
No.
Optimus Prime?
No. This is very clearly a crown and a anchor.
Okay, I see,
Somebody said it looked a little bit like Charlotte's logo, and I'm like, it clearly doesn't.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit, it's just embarrassing for it to be released, for the kids to leak in this way. Not the fact that they leaked at all. It is just that EA was the one responsible for kind of ruining the surprise for a lot of people. So hopefully it was, who knows who made the mistake, but maybe next year. It's one of those things that
maybe he'll get Football Manager league next year.
Well, what I really want to see, honestly, I want to see one team use this EA thing like in the kit announcement now, like do something like funny with it, because then you can save and kind of like lean into it and something like
San
that.
Jose did. They put out a tweet that was pretty funny. I gotta find it, but I think it was just simply saying like, I think now would be not the best time to play EAFC. Oh, okay. This is it just said, this is a bad time to ask if you guys want to play some EA Sports FC. At least addressing it.
Yeah,
so,
it's all banter.
But what are you going to do?
I wouldn't call it funny, but it was pretty good.
Okay, you heard that, San Jose?
Wow.
Okay. The comedians let you.
But good. It's good to play with the whole topic.
All right. I mean, so look, like I said, maybe next year they will be able to maintain.
We'll get them next time. eFootball, that's the new Pro Evolution. They're like, how do we get this?
Yeah. Okay.
How do we leak the kit for North London Red FC?
I'm excited to see the kits in person, though. Some of them, some of the designs do look pretty dope. Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Let's wrap up there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This week is gonna be interesting. Alexis, you'll be away on vacation.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to say where you're going, but
I'm going to. Well, no, I'll say when I get back.
Okay.
You'll see it on my Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. He's going to Epstein Island. Anyway. Oh, was that not supposed to? I'm sorry.
How dare you?
It's for sale.
I'm looking for clues.
Okay. He's gonna catch all the culprits. All right.
I will find out who redacted and redacted is.
My man is going there with only a black light. So
Yeah.
Don't want to say that.
to find out what's going on. So we have a substitute this Thursday. Christine Cooper will be joining us.
People have been asking for Christine Cooper. to
People
come
asking,
back,
they
so.
were like the Coopogans
Yes.
asking her. So she will be co-hosting with me on Thursday. So tune into that. As always, make sure you follow us at Soccer Cooligans on all social channels. Shout out to the Nag Boys, News Across the Galaxy. I just did their podcast.
Oh, very nice.
Yesterday, LA Galaxy podcast. That was dope. So shout out to those guys. So check that out if you're interested. If you're an LA Galaxy fan, we talked a little bit about LA Galaxy's preseason and their upcoming game against NYCFC. Like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, and shout out to everybody watching on DraftKings Network. I'll see you Thursday. Be well, everybody. Peace.
Love you guys.